Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be sharing 10 fun facts about me so we can get to know each other a little bit more. And during this time I'll be putting on makeup and getting ready. Now I'll be doing soft spoken so you can hear me much more clearly. Alright, I have my notes with me here. There's 11 because I don't know why I put 0, 1, 2, 10. There's 11 plus a bonus, which is 12. There are going to be some things that are very intimate. It's some things that I don't share with anybody or something I haven't shared with you. And there's going to be some things that you didn't know about me and would like to know. So anyway, keep on watching. Just sit back, and just relax with me. Alright, fact number 0. I'm currently in Egypt visiting my mom. And I'll tell you a little bit more why I'm in Egypt. By the way, I'm just putting primer before I put any makeup, so everything goes on smooth. And for the guys that watch this, primer is the thing that you put on top of painting the wall before you paint the wall. You know what I mean? You paint the wall with a primer, then you put like a base color, and then you put the main color, which is exactly what we're going to be doing with makeup. Anyway, so I'm currently in Egypt, and you'll find out more later in the fun facts. But I was just in Italy for a few days. I've been wanting to go to Italy. It was one of my bucket list goals for travels, and I loved it. I went to Florence. It's my favorite place so far. It's very romantic. It's just so cozy, and I had a lot of fun. I didn't really like the gallery. I didn't care for the gallery much there, but it was a lot more fun than Rome and Venice. Like, if I were to rank Italy so far, again, only with the places I've visited, I've only been to Rome, Florence, and Venice. I know Napoli's is really good. Milan, and we just didn't have time. Anyway, I would vote the order is Florence, Rome, and then Venice. I don't know why I thought Venice was gonna be like, but I ended up going to Gondola, which is really fun. Alright, next, fact number 1. I officially started ASMR December 2019. It first started as, hey, with my viewers. They're like, when I was streaming on Twitch, they're like, hey, can you please do ASMR? I'm like, ew, what's that? What is this ASMR? Why does everybody tell me that I have a voice for it and it would sound so good? So I thought it was like some sort of erotica or some sort. Ended up finding out I was watching ASMR the whole time, but I didn't know it was called ASMR because I was watching it on Twitch already. And I've already experienced it before. I just didn't know the terminology. And so I was like, okay guys, I'll give it a try for 5 minutes. They loved it so much and ended up going for 5 hours. And that's when I fully started. So when someone says like, how did you start ASMR? It wasn't from me. It was from you guys, or whoever watched me on Twitch, because I was just gaming. You guys are the one that gave me the idea, so thank you. And I guess you're right. I probably would have found out about it later on, but I started working on my craft and started taking it seriously as the years went by. And I find that my voice has changed. I think it got deeper. Like, I think I have a little bit more of a bass, which I don't think I had before. Anyway, and I think, I would say ASMR has definitely had an impact on my voice. And, yeah, that's how I started. I totally forgot to put this on. I was wondering why I was struggling putting on my foundation. Oh, so cute. So cute. I was wondering why I was struggling to get my forehead. Anyway, fact number 2. Since I was a little girl, I kid you not, I've always wanted to be self-employed. I kid you not. I've always pictured myself in an office with a team, and I guess I'm currently living that in my life at the moment, and I love every bit of it. It's definitely not easy. You definitely have to learn a lot. There's no one really to help you. And on top of that, you have to be a leader. You have to learn how to talk to people, how to say things in a way where it doesn't overstep their boundaries. And you start to learn that everyone has their own time. And you're like, what? You're not free for me anytime I want? Not that I was entitled, but just certain things that it definitely taught me. And I've always wanted to work for myself. Not that I didn't like working for other people, but I've always actually put all my best efforts into every job I've had. Every job. I always excelled at whatever I did. But I guess I wanted something different in my life, and I've always wanted to be in entertainment. Every time a camera came out when I was younger, I would be such a camera hoe. You know what that means? Like, anytime a camera came out, I'd be like, camera, ooh. And I would always pretend like I was acting in a movie or like a show. I've always wanted to see myself on a TV. I don't know why. It's always been interesting to me. And I've always loved the idea and the act of performance. I think my skin looks great right now. Anyway, let's put on concealer. Concealer just to help with the under eyes. I'm putting on blush because it makes me look, I don't know, it looks like I have some blood flow to my skin. It's kind of hard doing this without a mirror, but it's kind of a nice challenge. I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit. I'm just gonna let that dry. Anyway, fact number 3. I have no idea what it says, but I wrote it just a few minutes ago. Oh. I don't drive. So the driving age is at what, 16? I didn't get my G1 until like 22. I think 22 or 21. No, 22. And a lot of you ask about my age. I just say I'm 99 years young. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know my government info. But yeah, I don't drive. However, this year I'm working on it. I'm working on, what am I doing, by the way? Forgot I was doing something. My makeup. I am working towards getting a car this year, and not like an expensive car. I just want something that's gonna get me to A and B. Again, I work from home and I never actually needed a car. There was only one time where I needed a car where the job was 3 hours away and then 3 hours back. So it takes 6 hours of my time. So I would wake up at like 5 to 6 a.m. and get to work. Anyway, yeah, I would wake up like 5 something, leave by around 6, get to work for 9 or like 6:15 or something. And so I got my G1, and then I was planning to get my G2, and then I moved up north because they moved, and then I left the job because I just had a really bad manager, like a really bad manager. They didn't like how I did so good at my job, and they didn't want me to move up because I guess they thought I was too young. Anyway, I don't like that. So I decided to leave it, and that's when my ex during that time told me like he was watching Twitch, and I was like, that's so cool because I'm already a gamer and people are just watching this gamer and they're interacting. I'm like, that's so fun. I already game and I like interacting and making new friends. Why not? That's how I started Twitch, by the way, years ago. Anyway, I don't drive, but I'm currently working on it, and I don't need to drive. But when I go to different cities, it would be nice to have my own, I guess, privacy. And if anything happens to me, let's say like I lose a home or I can't afford to pay rent, at least I can afford to live in my car with my kitty cat. You know, you gotta look for a plan B. You gotta plan it. Anyway, I like to kind of like brush my eyebrows backwards till it looks really silly, and then brush it forward. A lot of people really tell me that they like my eyebrows. Little did you know that I grow unibrows. You can't have this much hair without a unibrow. You like my thick eyebrows? Thank you very much. But you must love my unibrows when they grow. Anyway, let's cover this up. I forgot what fun fact about me. Oh, and also, why do people in America always like, you don't drive? People always made me feel so weird for not driving. They're like, oh, why don't you drive? That's so weird. That's such a turn off. I'm like, listen, buddy, I have my own place. I rent it, but still, I live on my own. I can pay my own rent. I can do things on my own, and I Uber whenever I need to. And I have my money invested into stocks and stuff. What are you doing other than living with your parents and owning a car, but also looking down on me? I'm not looking down on you, so why are you looking down on me for not having a car? Like, a car, like, can be a necessity depending on where you live, because, like, people in Italy walk everywhere. Unless you're in Rome, you gotta have a car. But in Florence, you don't need a car. In Venice, there are no cars. And it's like forcing someone in New York to drive. That's insane. Anyway, let's move on to fact number 4. Oh, we're getting close to the personal stuff, by the way. Fact number 4 is, my first language. People are always asking me what my ethnicity is, and I'll let you know. But I can speak one fluent language. The other one's very close, actually. I can fully understand of what people are saying, and that's Arabic. And I can also understand a little bit of French, just the basics. And Spanish, not so much. I think it's still new to me. But because I knew a little bit of French and just a little bit of Spanish, I was able to understand certain words in Italian. Fun fact, if you can speak Spanish, it's actually a lot easier to learn Italian. It's very close. That is the fun fact. And I did not learn English from Canada. The majority of you know that yes, I do live in Canada. Yes, my first language is English. But I did not learn it here. I learned it in Abu Dhabi, which is in like UAE, United Arab Estates, which is close to Dubai, for you, those of you that don't know. I've never been there since I moved to Canada. They actually taught you, I don't know why I'm so like bent over, they taught you English, Arabic, and French. And it was very challenging for me to learn all 3 at the same time, because I think it's a lot easier to learn because it was very complicating for my brain. Like, I would say something in English and then an Arabic word would come out or a French word would come out, and it wouldn't be like a fluent language as one. So I think I struggled with language growing up, even though I learned 3 languages. French was not spoken at home. My dad, you'll know for the fun fact number 5, my dad spoke a different language, my mom spoke a different language, and my brothers and I spoke a different language. And then school taught us a different language, so it was just too much for my brain. But yeah, I learned English in Abu Dhabi. Which takes us to fact number 6. Number 5. Which is also my favorite number, by the way. I've always loved, I don't know if I always like that number, 5. I feel like it just looks elegant. Just the look of it. And I have 5 family members, 5 fingers, each hand, 5 toes in each leg. Anyway, let's get to number 5. Many of you ask, where are you from? Where are you from? I'll get to that. Just give me a sec. So my dad, so I have a mix of a background. But first, let me see what I'm supposed to do next for makeup. Oh, eyeliner. I'm supposed to do eyeliner. Okay, I'm gonna do eyeliner. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna need the mirror for this. I'm gonna need the mirror. I'm just gonna let you wait for a little moment. Okay, fact number 5. My dad is Indian, like South Indian, South Asian, and my mom is Egyptian. So remember when I told you I grew up with languages, so many different languages that I just couldn't comprehend all at once? It's because of that. My dad would speak Indian to his family, my mom would speak Arabic to her family, and then my brothers and I would speak English, and my dad would speak English to us, but my dad also knew how to speak Arabic to my mom. How did they meet? That's a different story for another time. But technically, I was born in Saudi Arabia. That's where they met. I'll just tell you now. I was born in Saudi Arabia, but I moved to Abu Dhabi at a young age, so I don't remember much from there. And no, I don't live in a castle or anything. I think it's only if you've... actually, fun fact about Saudi Arabia. They will not make you a citizen because your family's not from there. Because you have a different ethnicity or a different race or whatever, like, because you weren't, even if you're born there, you don't get a citizenship in Saudi Arabia. Like, you have to have like family from there, you know what I mean? So anyway, that's what my background is. And I've always grew up with kind of like an identity crisis. I just to know who I was, what culture I belonged to, and so when I came to Canada, you don't understand how happy I was. I was like, oh my god, this is so me. Just the English, like my mom always had like songs like from the 90s in cassettes, and I would always listen and dance to them, and I loved it. And then coming to Canada at a young age, I just felt like this was my place. I was able to actually freely speak and express in a language that I understood, which was English. Now, it was a lot more broken. For example, instead of saying onions, I would say onion, because I learned it from there. But yeah, that's where my background is. And I've always felt out of place with the Arab culture, with the Indian culture. So when I go travel somewhere else and they ask me what's my nationality, I literally just say Canadian. Because if I say like Egyptian or Indian, they're like, oh, do you know this? Do you know that? And I'm just like, I don't. I was not raised there. I don't even really talk to my family from there because of the language and the culture barrier, which sucks. So if you have a big family, which actually is going to take me to another fun fact, which some of you probably relate to, but if you have a big family, it's a privilege, but also it's kind of like a con, because like there's so many opinions. But I struggled making friends. I struggled with my identity. I struggled with fitting in for the longest time until I got online on Twitch and I gamed. That was my home for me. Anyway, I think I'm done with my line. I'm kind of going for like a natural look. Kind of. Ooh. Number 6 is a good one right after number 5. But what am I doing for makeup? Oh, bronzer. I'm just gonna do a little bit of bronzer, just to give me that chiseled look. So, fact number 6, which is 6 in Arabic. I grew up as a lonely child. I guess because the identity crisis and not knowing where to fit in. And also, my mom wouldn't allow us out a lot, actually. My brothers would go out together, but I found out my brothers were a lot closer. And I felt out of place, so I would actually just game PC growing up. That was literally my home. I grew up on the internet. While people watched TV, I watched YouTube. That was just my preference. Because I don't know, I was always on the PC all the time. I would make friends on online gaming platforms. As it was kind of hard for me to make friends in person, because also I kind of moved around. And my mom didn't really allow us outside to just like hang out. But it changed when we came to Canada. I was out almost all the time. I was like, oh my god, I'm finally free. But okay, my mom would like lock us in. She wouldn't want us to go out because she was just scared. I think my mom was just a little too scared for her safety, but a little too scared, which made me feel super sheltered and which made me rebel and just want to go out anytime and do whatever I want at my own time. But yeah, I grew up as I felt like I was like an only child, to be honest. I was definitely the black sheep of my family, for sure. But I grew up lonely, and I think that's why the content that I create usually is geared towards people who feel lonely as well. And that's lonely when it comes to friendships, relationships. And I think it's because I want to help you feel somewhat, I don't know, to fill the void, even if it's just like for how long this video is, for a few moments, just to help fill the void, because that's what the internet, YouTube videos and gaming did for me and still does for me when times that I do feel lonely. But I think I'm in a better place now, I would say. All right, what am I doing? Let me just pray. Let me see if I missed anything. Attack number 7 is funny. Okay, I know you guys see me as my personality on here is very calm and peaceful. And then you see my other platforms, I can be a little chaotic actually sometimes on YouTube, like with my ASMR videos. They're a little bit chaotic, like You Can't Say No, that just randomly came to me. Remember the leedah, like that series was chaotic, came out of chaos, just randomly. I mean, not randomly, there was like certain context and certain things that just gave me an idea. And I'm definitely not just like, I find that I can be unpredictable, and sometimes I've also struggled with this too. I'm like, am I introverted? Am I extroverted? Because I feel like sometimes I'm both and I don't know what to pick. I don't know what to pick for the day. It just comes to me sometimes. And sometimes I just don't want to be around people. And sometimes I want to be around people. And I'm like, oh, I'm so complicated. But I learned that I'm an ambivert, so I can be introverted and extroverted, because I realized I liked both, and my personality shifts, and so sometimes I'm very up there and there's a little bit of chaos and a little craziness, and sometimes I'm a lot more peaceful, I'm a lot more grounded rather than out in the air and social. It's like, and I'm kind of like in the middle. I don't know, it helps balance. I don't know, a little crazy, a little peace, great combination. But I don't know, I think some people just love categorizing others into one. Like if you see me as just doing ASMR, that's all you see me as, because it's easier for your brain to comprehend and compartmentalize. It's just easier for you, but you're definitely not just one thing. That's for sure. I wouldn't want you to be one thing, because that's so boring. Anyway, that was fact number 7. Also, just a little note. A lot of you have asked, how come you don't do the step leedah? I don't think I told you guys why. Maybe I told you on Twitch when I used to stream on there. But I did it as a joke. I did it to make fun of the industry. And then people started to really be into it. And I was like, that's not my intention at all. I was just mocking it. And then I remember I had this comment, which is funny. I had this comment telling me, oh, you also have the other platform. You're doing these step leedah videos to promote your other platform. And I was like, oh my god, no, I wasn't. But thanks for the great idea. Anyway, it's just funny because I did it just because it was chaotic. It was funny. I was laughing. I wasn't doing it to, I don't know. It just helped my chaotic self just be a little bit outrageous and unpredictable. I had no idea what I was saying. Even in my videos, Can't Say No, the things that come out of my mouth are not planned. It's just the chaos inside my head. It's like little intrusive thoughts that just want to come out in words. If they came out in action, that would be a little too crazy in a video. So I try to tame myself for you guys. Anyway, let me close this. What am I doing next? Let's see. Fact number. What language is this? Ochos? That's in Spanish, right? I'm learning languages. I'm learning how to say 1 to 10 in Spanish. Ocho. I have 3 tattoos. I got this one not last year, 2 years ago. Last year. I think I got it end of 2022, November 2022. And then this year, when I went to Japan, I got another tattoo, which is behind my ear. I don't know if you can see that. GI. You see the first one. Okay. And the third one was in Italy just a few days ago. Let me show you. This is gonna be a little bit difficult, but I think it's super, super cute. The tattoo is still healing, but it's the cutest thing ever. And I want to get another tattoo. I want to get a butterfly either here or here. And I want to get a moon, because sometimes I do pray like this. And some of you ask about my religion. I'm not religious, but I have my own ways of praying. And I always look at the moon when I'm praying. And so I want to get a little moon here, so it can just remind me to maybe get my gratitude a little bit more. Yeah. Alright, next. Okay, what do we need to do? Okay, lips. Let's do the lips. Number 9. Oh my god, oh my gosh, it's getting deeper. Oh my gosh, okay. Hold on. Let me at least put my lip color first before I share something that's a little bit sensitive. Okay. Oh, okay. Fact number. Shoot, I don't know how to say 9 in Urdu. I'll just say 9. Fact number 9. My biggest weakness growing up was being a people pleaser. And that's actually why I stopped streaming on Twitch. And I can't stream on TikTok every day. I don't know what happened. I guess I was going through changes in my life the past 2 years, which I'll tell you in fact number 10. Which I didn't share on YouTube at all. It was hard for me to share, to be honest. It was hard for me to express. But I think I'm doing better. Therapy has helped with the people pleasing. I think just being the eldest child and making sure I'm taking care of everyone else and making sure that if I want to be loved and liked and people want me and I should be successful, I should listen to what people say. And anyway, it's like little things that you grow up with, which doesn't help, by the way, people pleasing. And actually, it's kind of hard to get out of it because social media, anything you post is kind of for people pleasing. For example, like, I gotta do some videos that are requested by you guys because you like it, so I have to please you. But I have to make sure that I'm pleased first and I'm happy doing it. For example, this video was requested and I felt really weird because I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to talk about. Share 10 facts. I'm like, oh my god, I'm supposed to tell people about me? But I'm like, okay, listen, this could be a good thing for me. Don't just do it for others. Don't just do it for viewers. That's why I stopped streaming on Twitch. I felt like I needed to let go of the old. I can't grow if I'm still doing the same thing in my life that is old. So, yeah. People pleasing would probably be my biggest weakness. I'm still working on it, still a work in progress. But I've improved a lot, which is funny because even though I've improved, people now are actually not liking the fact that I'm not always being so nice to people and letting people step over me. And like with people, when you work on your people pleasing trauma, you have to learn how to set boundaries. And people don't like when you set boundaries in front of them. They're like, first, I was allowed to step on you and now I can't. How rude of you. And so they'll call me rude, which is insane. I remember on Twitch, it's just like a little story time. I remember on Twitch, someone was saying something that was just rude and obnoxious and just really unneeded, unnecessary for everyone. And so I replied in a way that they messaged. So I guess they didn't like their own medicine that they gave me. It's so rude. Okay, bye. Before I would have been like, oh, I'm so sorry, stay. And now I'm just like, no, bye. If you don't respect me, you don't respect my boundaries, bye. Anyway, I feel better about myself. Now, does it mean that I will lose some viewers? Yeah. And also the people pleasing as well is kind of hard with YouTube, because sometimes I'll record my videos and be like, where are the views? How come the views are not here? And you guys have witnessed that, and I do apologize for, which is really tough. But you grow up into the work that you're doing and you're like, analytics, better analytics equals good video. And when you don't do a good video, you're like, am I not good enough? You know, and I'm trying to learn to just let it be, and that I do not equate the numbers that are presented in front of me. Sometimes there's so many factors to it, or maybe I'm just not marketing good enough, and so now I have to really look into, maybe I need to like market better, market more, or maybe I should just stick to videos that are doing well, which I enjoy. But I just don't want to be so boring with a bunch of mouth sounds and kisses, because I know you love those types of videos and those actually perform really well. Yeah. So I do apologize for making you guys feel responsible for the videos not doing well, and it's not really you, it's really YouTube. So it's kind of tough trying to please everybody as well on social platforms to make sure that you get paid, because it's not a reliable work. You know, sometimes your videos are going to do well and you get paid for it. Sometimes you don't get much out of it. So anyway, that's fun fact number 9. Alright, let's do the 10. 10 is a little intense. I need to like sit down. I need to like just have a moment of not doing anything. Maybe I can get started. About 2 years ago, which is kind of like when, I don't know, it really started about 3 years ago. My career, I felt like, wasn't doing well, and I didn't know what to do about it. It was a really tough time for me. I was depressed during that time. And then 2 years ago, I grieved. This is so weird to like mention. Okay, whatever. 2 years ago, I grieved for 2 losses of friendships. Now, they're still alive, but we're no longer really friends. And they were the only friends that I've had for over a decade. So whatever I knew as my life was no longer my life. The way I lived. And whenever I wanted to share something funny, memes or anything, I had no one to share that with. And it's not like it was like toxic friendship. It was like yelling and abuse and physical abuse or like something so loud and obnoxious. But no, it was just, it's not like they cheated on me. No. It was like not any of that. It was just different paths of lives. You grow and they grow and it's just not the same. And then you realize the pain emotional pain that you both endured. And you both caused those pains to each other unintentionally. And I just thought grieving, I honestly thought, I'm like, they're still alive. Why the hell am I still grieving for freaking 2 years? Because everything in my life changed. Who I talk to has changed. What I do in my life has changed. The way I approach things has changed. The way I think has changed. The way I dress has changed. My standards have changed. Where's the cover? It's so hot in Egypt. Oh my god. I'm like sweating. I don't know what to say. But I grieved a friendship, 2 friendships, and one of the friendships was a past relationship. And when you break up with someone, you think like you're done with it, because I was clocked out. But what I do, which some of you probably do, my defense mechanism is forgetting. I forgot the hurt. I forgot the good things. I forgot everything till it just became a fragment of, I don't know what memory that was. And so when I grieved, and I was like, oh my god, we're not really friends anymore, and you were like the only person I would talk to. It was also grieving the codependency I had on people. Again, people pleasing, codependency. And I don't know, dude, like, you just had to, I felt like a part of me, like, died. You know what I mean? Like, a part just, I promise, we're gonna get to, like, a really, like, fun little ending as a little bonus. I promise, because I would never want to leave an ending like this. But I guess I wanted to share this because I feel like we don't know each other. And some of you just see me as someone who records and it's just someone in front of the camera, and I guess I wanted a way to connect with you guys. So if this helps, cool. If it doesn't, cool. But yeah, I felt really alone. I felt like a snake shedding the old skin, and now I feel like I'm actually at peace. I thought I wouldn't be able to do it. I didn't know what to do with life, with the people that I had in my life that I was dependent on. And now it's like all gone. And it's like, oh my god, it's like you have to restart over. And I felt embarrassed. Like, why did this even happen? You know? What wrong did I really do? So I worked on myself to make sure my next friendships, in relationships, don't go through that same cycle ever again, even if it's unintentional. You know, I want to be intentional with everything that I say or do, with whoever that I'm involved with, friendships or whatever. But yeah, I felt like a new skin, like a snake skin being shed, and now I'm a lot more at peace, and I'm okay being alone. I'm okay with starting a new life. Actually, during those 2 years, I also didn't like working. I didn't like recording videos, YouTube videos. I actually kind of stopped dancing too, which I love dancing. I stopped doing the things that I enjoyed. And I gamed a lot. I gamed a lot to fill the void of the loneliness and hurt or whatever. So majority of you can relate. But now it's like I'm so excited to travel alone. I'm so excited to get back into my hobbies, even though I'm gonna be very rusty because it's been a while. But I'm excited to relearn things. I'm excited to record videos. I'm so excited to record videos, and it makes me so happy. For like 2 years, I was like, dude, I need to get work. Am I lazy? Am I just lazy? And I was like really beating down on myself, and I did not want to record. Every time I had to record or stream, I would get anxious. Like that feeling of like that heavy drop feeling in your body, that anxiety, heavy anxiety. I actually got like anxiety attacks actually for my first time within 2 years. I am excited to record videos now. Am I excited to stream? Some days, but other days I'm like, oh, people pleasing. I don't want to get back into the cycle. People are gonna be like, can you do this? Can you do that? I like it when people do this. I like it when people do that. You're not doing it this way. You're not doing it that way. And I don't blame you, but like, oh my god, sometimes I just want to like I'm sorry, but it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, there are times. And anyway, I still enjoy streaming when it's good. I just have to find a way to zone out those comments. I'm doing better. If things were off within the past 2 years with my recordings, or I feel like I wouldn't show it through my recordings, to be honest. I wouldn't. But I feel happier now. I feel a lot more at peace. I don't feel like I'm missing something in my life. I don't feel a void, and if I need any sort of affection, I learn to give that to myself. I learn to parent myself. I don't know, I feel like it's a new different life that I'm living, a different era that I'm living in. Anyway, so it started out as like, not the best note, but it's good right now. And I guess grieving works differently for everyone. And something I learned about grieving, oh my gosh, I grieved one person in 3 different phases. I didn't know that was possible. Oh my god. I did not know that was possible. Like, for example, my relationship, right? Years ago, I thought I was fine, but I grieved the codependency. Like now, like I'm alone. Now I don't have anyone to talk to. And then months later, or like almost a year later, I grieved the friendship. Oh my god, I lost a friend. Like, actually lost a friend. It has nothing to do with the codependency. I lost a friend. And then third, oh my god, I had a relationship with this person, a romantic relationship. And honestly, I think watching Korean shows brought out that grieving, which I didn't know even existed. And it made me feel like, oh my god, I'm so privileged to have been in love with somebody. I don't want that person anymore, but it made me, I don't know, I guess I forgot that I actually loved someone. I forgot that someone loved me. I forgot that what romantic relationship was like. I totally forgot. So when every time you guys would ask me to do a girlfriend role play, I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because I forgot what it was like to be a girlfriend, because that was just a way for me to defend and protect myself from feeling those pains and just reflecting upon memories. Anyway, I thought that was kind of like an extra fun fact within a fact of me. Okay, anyway. One last bonus one. I think I'm done. I'm just gonna spray this. Oh, one more thing. I have to add one more thing on my face, which is my little special. Let's start with a little bit of glitter. It's the cutest thing, and a lot of you think I'm crying because of this glitter. A lot of guys think I'm crying, but a lot of the girls, or whoever wears makeup, they're like, oh my god, I love your little sparkles underneath the eyes. And guys are always so clueless about makeup. They're like, why are you crying? Why are you crying in my videos? You've probably seen those comments. I'm not crying. It's just the glitter. Just like a little nice added touch. But lastly, fun fact, which makes me so happy. You already know that I have a cat, right? But I would feel super complete in my life if I also had a dog. I've always wanted a cat and a dog as pets, as family. And honestly, that's really all I need. I do love my cat. I've taught her how to walk in the park. I've taught her how to give me paw, how to stand, how to get down, she's so smart. And I've trained her. Now, cats are cats. They're gonna be a little bit introverted. They're gonna be extra cautious, right? You just have to respect that. But I want my cat to walk with me every time, and she's such a princess. She does not want to walk with me all the time. She literally meows at me. I'm like, let's go for a walk. Oh, I wish she was here. Let's go for a walk. And she'd be like, meow, meow. And then she would sit down, and then she would stretch. She would just be on the floor telling me no. She doesn't feel like exercising today. She feels like being a princess and being an actual rag doll on the floor with a little belly up and her. Anyway, so I'm gonna get a little doggy. Maybe next year, maybe I don't know, because I do have to move again. And I don't know where I'm gonna move, but if I go to US and I get a bigger place, I can possibly get a dog, but I need money for that because dogs are also expensive and dogs require extra training than cats. Because cats, although they can train, they don't want to. They know you're training them. They just don't want to be trained. They don't want to learn anything new. But my cat is definitely a pleaser, for sure. Ragdolls are I think are considered to be like cat dogs. But I do want to get a doggy, maybe like a doggy. What did I say? Doggy. Maybe get like a Maltipoo or anything that's just like smaller. I wanted like a mini Australian Shepherd. But they need extra energy. They need more like extra exercise and all that stuff, which I don't think I have the time for. But I want to get a smaller one. I don't know. Pomeranians are really cute, but they're very yappy, which I don't like, and they're extra fluffy. And I don't think they jump much, but I want a dog that still like jumps. I don't know, I'm thinking like Maltipoo. So that's like one less pet that I have to groom so much, because my cat is very fluffy and I have to groom her so much. She sheds a lot, so it would be nice to have a dog that doesn't shed too much, but has a little bit of fur, you know? Anyway. Hope you enjoyed this video, getting to know me, and I would love to get to know a little bit about you. Tell me one thing about you from any of the fun facts that you can relate to, or something that's different. Do you drive, or do you love driving, or what's your favorite car? What have you always wanted to be? Where are you from? It would be actually nice to get to know you. Yeah, I'm just excited to record again. I feel like I'm alive once more. So, thank you for allowing this platform for me to be in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for allowing me to share this video with you. If you want more of this, let me know in the comments. But other than that, I shall see you in my next video. And also, one last thing, there's about 69% of you, 69% of you that are not subscribed. We've gotten better, but there is 69% of you that are not subscribed. So if you're enjoying this so far, and if you've enjoyed my other videos, feel free to subscribe. It is for free. You can also subscribe whenever you'd like to. But it would be nice to close the gap just a little bit. It would be nice to be like at 50%. That would be really nice. Anyway, love you so much. And again, I shall see you in my next video.